Well, a few months ago, the CDC put out a new report about falls. Adults 65 and older, 1 out of every 3 falls at least one time a year, and it can lead to severe injuries, making it really hard for people to get around and be independent.
National Fall Risk Day is this Wednesday. Locally, there's a business helping you assess your risk.
There is. From Physical Therapy and Balance Centers, Mike Bryant and Aaron Bryant. Good to see you both this morning.
Nice to have you here.
Thanks for having us here. Physical, it's spelled a little non-traditionally, right? And you can see it at the bottom of the screen right there, but describe the concept.
Yeah, physical is spelled different because we are different. Before we were Procare 3 and RU Dizzy Balance Centers. Physical is a national brand that we decided to align ourselves with. They kind of fit our mold of thinking, and so it's just a large group of independent owners of physical therapy companies. We've kind of banded together. So,
what makes you unique, do you think, Mike?
well, Procare or Physical, excuse me, we bring a lot to the table, and a lot of unique things that other physical therapy companies can't do. First of all, we have physical, occupational, and speech therapy all in-house. We do orthopedics, we do pediatrics. Now we're having a grand opening on a balance center that is state-of-the-art. We're very excited about that. We have aquatic therapy in all of our pools, so we just offer a wide array of things for the public, for the community.
And we'll talk about that grand opening in a second, but I want to talk about, because Wednesday, perfect timing that you're on today, but Wednesday's National Fall Awareness Day, and you see it more than anybody else. Why is there such a focus on prevention on falls?
Falls just affect our lives in so many different ways, whether it's ourselves or our family members. The statistics recently are that every 13 seconds an older adult falls in America, and that's not counting the younger adults. And the sequelae from those falls every 20 minutes leads to a death, which is fine to spout statistics, but it really hits home when you consider, for instance, my parents both turned 65 this year, so all of a sudden they're part of that statistic. If you put them in a room together with one of their friends, one of them, the statistics say, is going to fall this year. And it just really hits home. I want my dad to continue playing golf. I want my mom to be able to play with my 2 little kids without falling or tripping over toys.
I think it's harder for younger people to understand that concept, though, because when young people fall, it's sometimes funny. You'll kind of laugh at it. But when older people fall, there are serious complications that can occur.
Hip fractures, concussions, any of that is it's devastating to a family. I mean, it could lead to you not being in your home, which is a huge concern.
Why does it happen so often? What's happening with us physically that makes us more susceptible to falling?
Well, the population is becoming older and we're running into more orthopedic concerns, but a lot more people are wearing trifocals and bifocals, and that messes with your vision and your ability to see the floor. We become very visual creatures as we age, and we're not able to feel the floor through our feet or use our inner ears as well, and it's really something that's very treatable.
We were taking a look at that video. What were we seeing in that video right there? And how does that relate back to, you got this big grand opening that's coming up on Wednesday as well?
Right, that was called the Solo Step. It's a safety overhead harness system. And so our new facility on northwest corner of 132nd and L is 160 feet of that throughout our facility. What that does is it provides a level of safety and confidence to people that you otherwise would not be there. They're going to be able to do all kinds of things, and maybe they've had therapy other places and they've got to a certain level. We're going to be able to take them to a much higher level with that.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
we're looking at, because I'm typically thinking about the bars that if you're learning to walk again.
That's not real life.
Right, yeah. And so we can put them through all kinds of obstacles, put them on different terrain, which we will be able to do, and they don't have to worry about falls.
Let's talk about the grand opening for Wednesday, and then while we're doing that, we'll walk over to our demonstration area. We can do that. So it's Wednesday, the grand opening, right?
Yes, 10 to 2, and we'll have refreshments from 11 to 1, and it's at northwest corner of 132nd and L.
Is this something, Mike, where you'd say that if our viewers have a scheduled surgery and they know they're going to need therapy afterward, is this something where they could come and meet you, look around the facility?
Absolutely.
now?
We
you
welcome
recommend
them
it?
to do that. We can answer any questions. I'm sorry,
what do you want Mike to
we
go
can answer
right
any
here.
questions they may have, and they can show them what we can do for them and kind of explain the
I
process.
think that's really smart as a patient. So you've got a peace of mind, you've got a plan, and you know what's happening before you even go in for that operation.
Yeah, we have this platform right here, and you've got a ball in your hand. What are we going to do with
Yes.
this?
I just need to step up right up on the foam here. It's a little wiggly, and can you put your feet together?
Yep.
Perfect, and put your head straight forward.
All right.
We don't mind a little bit of wiggle. Everybody wiggles on foam, but close your eyes. You should always be able to close your eyes and still know where you are in space, and you're doing pretty well. You see that wiggle?
Yeah,
That's
there's
not
a
too
little bit
bad.
of-
Good. Okay, we don't walk around life with our eyes
We
closed,
don't,
though.
no.
But we often have our vision on, say, a cell phone or a
Mm-hmm.
grocery list. So if you'll keep your eyes right on those letters there, ball in both hands.
Right.
And then all I want you to do is reach down like you're putting it on the ground over there. Leave your eyes right on that ball. So lean over and put it on the ground, all the way down. Good. And
To the
then,
floor?
Yep, nope, right there's good. And then pick it up like you're going to put it in the shelf in the kitchen, just like that. Do a few transitions, but your eyes can never leave the ball.
It's not as easy as it looks.
No, you see that increased
In the
sway.
phone, it does.
And he's taking his time, which in
Right.
life we don't. I
You
don't think we take
no.
this much
you
time
reach
for
down,
anything.
you get the dish out of the
Right.
dishwasher,
It's
and you
not
put
as
it in the
easy as
cupboard.
looks, yeah.
No.
And so how does something like this help?
What we're doing here is we're confusing the sensors in your feet, so they're not accurate. We're taking out your vision because it's being used for something other than balance, and then we're putting you in a functional pattern. You need to be able to do that all without being insecure.
So is this coming up on Wednesday as we talk about assessing risk and prevention? Is this something where if our viewers come to the open house, they could do the same thing?
Absolutely. We're going to be offering some free fall risk assessments on anybody that
We'll-
requires so.
We'll be able to give you results that are based on your age group.
What type of patients are we talking about here? Well, as we look at this,
Yeah,
what's
this
going on
is
right here?
different.
This is a training machine. It gives us test results and tells us whether your eyes and your touch sensation and your inner ear are functioning like they're supposed to. They can be physiologically fine and not broken, but you might not be using those cues as well, and this computer will tell us which cues are not being used well. And then we turn it into a training program. For instance, he doesn't like to use his right leg, so if you take one leg out of the equation, you force the use of the other one while you're moving.
And again, the type of patients. So people recovering from what type of injuries?
Stroke, concussion, orthopedic concerns, after total joint surgeries, amputees, anybody.
Parkinson's, neurological disease.
And
Vertigo.
something you were saying earlier too about having all of these different options under one roof. A lot of patients, I imagine, they might need a sort of a multi-approach.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we
Yeah.
do provide that. We'll have speech and occupational therapy in-house as well. So it's very convenient.
Near 132nd and L on the northwest corner there. So if you're at that light, you'll see the front of the building. Look for Physical, spelled differently because they are.
They are
As
different.
Mike
Thank you.
explained earlier, you're welcome to call 763-1888 or log on to physical.com/Omaha to learn more about what's happening locally. And don't forget about that open house on Wednesday to be able to go and see if you're at risk for falling.
Yeah,
Thank
very,
you both.
very unique.
Thank you for having
Thank you
us.
all.
Yeah,
Those
we
patients,
appreciate
yeah.
you being here.
Thanks for
Thank you,
coming.
Aaron.
Thank
And
you.